Good morning, good morning, good morning. We are about to be live. Should be live. Gonna get ready to pop over some things. Make sure we bring in and talk about the weather, maybe discuss some things that happened yesterday. Good morning, good morning. But before we get started with all of that, let's definitely go into some weather. We're about 7 minutes early, so we're a little bit early right now with everything that is about to happen. And I will definitely try to get into the chat, answer some questions. But first, let's go ahead and talk about this weather. Good morning. Good morning, John. Good morning. How are you? So today, Barcelona is 53 degrees with a night of 48. Day is 57. It's going to be partly cloudy. So with that being said, unless track temperatures warm up, things will be a little cold. It will be interesting to see if they still go through all compounds of tires today, or will they pretty much, select a tire that's going to give them the best advantages? It's also good to see some teams try a different tire just to see what they end up with. Because if you try a different compound in an environment that you're not typically wanting to try that compound, then you also can see how the car will perform. So there's a wide range of things to happen right there. So 53 degrees, partly cloudy, might offer some challenges to track temperatures, but also let's cover this while we're in here. Aero rakes. There were some pretty crazy setups with that going into yesterday with the aero rakes and testing. Today with day 3, it's going to be interesting to see what the teams are going to be doing as far as that is concerned. Nobody's really doing anything just yet. We're still a little early, 6 minutes early on the hour. Now I don't have coffee this morning. I have my smoothie. I'm usually good morning. Good morning, Gene. I have my smoothie. What do you all typically drink when you get ready to start your morning? Over here in America, it is 2:55, 02:55. So it's 02:55 a.m. I am dedicated. I am up. And it is good to see that some of you are also up at the top of the chat. Now, I do want to get ready to go into, we'll wait a little bit until the 3 a.m. that hour strikes where they should be on track, but we will cover some things. But what did you think about the McLaren and their livery? I like it. I love what they did to their wheel covers, as you can see there. Their wheel covers incorporating some of that color livery throughout their body. I love that light blue wing. I think they should have went a little multicolored with that spoiler option, actually. And it is also good to see how that DRS is going to be implemented with that wing. So before we saw a lot of pictures, things really weren't clear. Teams were trying to hide things. I don't think DRS was a big thing to hide. I think just some of them were, now that we know how testing was going to go, how some of those regulations were going to go. Hi, from what are we at? Oh, Western Australia. Welcome, Matthew. I think it would have been good to see somebody during the car launches actually demonstrate how the DRS system was going to operate. That was a big question for all of us, seeing that the prototype car did not have that implemented in there. Who else do we have in here? Dark Water Forever. Oh, you're on the East Coast. Same here. Yes, I am. Okay, we do have a fellow East Coast EST. So you are up also early trying to catch some of this testing grind. So that is some of the things we're going to be going over. We're going to have some information plugged in. We just went over the weather. Right now, testing is live right now. Day 3 coverage preseason in Barcelona. And let's see if we're going to have some of these updates come through. We're also going to go ahead. Let me get the aero wakes off of here. Let's bring up the Formula One website. I think George had some interesting thing. Massive opening in DRS. Yes, it is a massive opening in the DRS. I actually love it. I do love it. I was just speaking about that and how I wish they would have incorporated more information on that during the launches. Yeah, interesting. It is an interesting DRS. It's going to be interesting to see how it actually works, right? We're wanting to see how all of this is actually going to work. Is any of this coming together? I think we saw yesterday that a lot of teams. Gene Roy checking in from Washington. Big salute to everybody up this morning. Everybody up this morning definitely has something to do with their life, it seems. There are some people still asleep. There are some people that, are just waking up. There are some people that been up probably way before I was up. But yeah, I do think it was interesting to see what George had to say here. And let's play him up. What do we
George,
got?
good to see you. Ramped
Don't
up
forget
nice and
about
warm for the
Cali,
temperatures
West
drop.
Coast,
What was
baby.
it like out in the car today?
Definitely.
Yeah, always
Cannot
nice
forget about Cali.
to jump back in the car. It's just really intriguing, this test. Obviously, new car, new tyres, different dynamic out
McLaren
there.
does
I think
seem
you
to
can
be
see
serious.
quite some substantial issues with some of the cars in the straights and the bottoming. So this is a compromise we need to find to go quickest around the lap, and it's something I don't think any teams have experienced before, but we're seeing some interesting things out there. So that's what testing's for. Some teams are looking pretty fast. A red team and an orange team in particular look.
So let me ask you all this. Who do you think he's referring to? When he says a red team and an orange team, who do you think he's referring to? I think he is greatly referring to McLaren, because somebody in here, Francis, already said McLaren seems to be serious. Ferrari has been said to be a dark horse this season, and I think Ferrari definitely has some things to prove coming up this season, as they had a lackluster season, especially with the fact that you are a Ferrari brand. But before the season before that, what happened? Ferrari was investigated by the FIA. It was very murky. What? Oh man, Angola, what's going on, man? You checking in? We got everybody checking in. Big shout out to you all. Yes, Ferrari and McLaren. I think that is it. I don't think he would be talking about another team that I think they definitely are going to have a rivalry, but yes, both. But before the season back, I think it was 2020, they were under investigation. It was very murky how the FIA delivered those findings, because they didn't deliver any findings. They delivered a fine to Ferrari, which Ferrari had to pay, which means there definitely had to be some wrongdoing there. I think right there was another taste of the fact that there are some things in Formula One that could take place that we all might not agree with. And I think Ferrari is that golden boy of F1, and I don't think the FIA were going to do such a thing to where they would have to put Ferrari out as they did Renault for their scandal, put Ferrari out for any season. It's kind of like putting the Lakers out of the NBA. Is it right? No. But is it expected? Yeah, I expected it. Ferrari, yes. Ferrari given pass to, yes, they got a pass 2019, and then now they're back on the grid. I don't know if you saw the latest video. It's not the first time some scandal type action has happened in Formula One. I think we're all excited to get on with this new 2022 season because of the cars, because of what's going on, because of things like this. We're seeing so many damn new innovative things incorporated in the body. Right now, it is just striked. It is now 3 a.m., so we are still waiting there to see some of that. We will be using a couple of different sites to try to get as many updates as we can. Morning with the South Africa, big shout out to you. Big shout out, Hanky Lanky in 2019. That is true. Good morning, one of my OGs. Good morning, Jay Starship. So it is interesting to see that. So let's go over some of the day 2 results. And we saw that Ferrari came in the fastest, with Leclerc coming in at 119. That was pretty nice. He didn't have the most laps, coming in at 79 laps for the day. Pierre Gasly, who definitely recently, it is so early, but it's early and it's a wonderful day. We got day 3 testing in Barcelona before we go to Bahrain, and they start testing over there, and it's going to be interesting to see what they're going to be doing in Bahrain, like what all is going to happen there. What kind of action are we going to see in Bahrain after they conclude these testings and collect so much data to upgrade, to change? There are some things we saw right there. We see Daniel Ricciardo comes in at 120. He had the 4th most laps, or the second most laps to Pierre Gasly at 147 laps. That's quite. Good morning, Adrian. Good morning. What do we got? And it made Mercedes set up development for 2020. Yeah, that is true too. That is true. Ricardo comes in. Pierre Gasly comes in at 147 laps. They have the most for the day. Ricardo comes in at 126. Russell only logged 66. Sainz 71. And Vettel, let's see who else had now Ocon had 125 laps. So as you can see, AlphaTauri racked up in the laps. Like how much they should have learned from that will be seen today. Are you keeping up? I'm too tired to stay up. Oh man, yeah, I'm gonna be up for some time. We're going to be trying to see what they're going to do. It is 2 minutes past the hour. We already covered the weather there in Barcelona, kind of fit just low, sub 60-degree weather. It's not getting there yet. If we do get into the higher mid 60, 65 temps, that'd be definitely better for them. I know they would like to see more higher temps, especially when you want to try to increase that grip. But we are working with a new car that is supposed to be developed around creating more downforce. So I would honestly like to see those sub temps to see how effective the new changes would be on a track that is definitely not trying to be nice to you. If you look there, 16, Lewis logged 40 laps. All right. Now, if you look at the rest of the field, he's not the lowest because Bottas logged 21, but I want to say Bottas has some issues. So with that being the case, I don't really want to count Bottas. I think Bottas would have came in a little higher than 40. I'm trying to see, is Mercedes sandbagging right now? Are they sandbagging a little bit? I understand Russell's a little bit higher up there in laps than Hamilton because they want to get him a little bit more seat time in that Mercedes machine. But I do think they're sandbagging. It made Mercedes abuse the free reliability upgrades. That's why part was banned. That's true too. You know, Mercedes is known. All teams are known to try to get that cutting edge in the gray areas, right? And Mercedes and the best teams that can expose those gray areas and then use them effectively without so-called, being called cheaters, because we have had those situations. That's what being competitive is about. Like, where can we find a way to extrapolate more power, more downforce? Where can we find a way to utilize these new regs, utilize the new body? So they're going to be trying. This is the time to really try some of those things before you get to the beginning of the season, and it really penalizes you in a way you don't want to. So with that being said, let's see. Alfa Romeo, I think they're going to have some issues. It's going to be interesting to see how Bottas himself competes. I don't think he was the best running mate with Lewis Hamilton. And it's kind of funny these days that a lot of things with Lewis Hamilton, it just seems like everything is kind of the field's against him. Not per se legitimately in the F1, but I'm talking about like legitimately with a fan base or what people have to say. Everybody wants to say or see who's going to compete against him when actually Max is the 2021 champion. So it really should be that way. Aren't they supposed to be flooding the track today? We are going to see if that actually happens. Credit where it's due. You're able to be yeah, definitely. Let's not be silly, okay? Max is definitely a talented driver, right? Like I said before coming into this new season, that he definitely was going to be somebody who was going to be up and coming, because that is true. Let's not fool ourselves. We just know that the circumstances that lie before ourselves definitely was not legitimate. And there were some things that happened there that we probably didn't care for as Formula One fans to begin with. GP Fans Live blog has not updated anything. So the next thing we will do is we will go and check the Formula One Twitter and see what is going on there. And let's see what we got. Let's see Twitter. Let's see what we got here. See if they've posted anything as of yet. I like to be very transparent about where the information is coming from. I definitely don't want to get into a situation where we have any type of monetizing issues. So nothing there. So let me ask you this. Let me see, what cars did you all like from the launch? Let's check that out. Let's see what we got there. What cars did you all like from the launch? As of right now, if you're looking at this, what car are you getting in? You got a chance to drive in Spain, in Barcelona. What car are you choosing to do? Let's say they give you 5 laps. What car are you going to choose to do your first 5 laps in? Bottas wasn't running good, mate, last year. No, he wasn't a running good, mate. I mean, he literally told Max at times down the track, he literally did not give any defense when he really could have. He wasn't even a speed bump in most times. You go back and watch some of those races, Bottas was very lackluster, if anything at all, when it came to defending, and he didn't have pace. And if you go back and even watch in the Drive to Survive series, when he had his basically one-on-one, he pretty much told you that he wasn't going to be. And that's just a bad, toxic situation for a team. Good day. Let's see. Let's see. Let me see if I can get this chat window a little larger there. That way I can see where the good day. All let's wait. See the start. All cars are smart, well developed. I don't care who is one. The zoo. The cloud still hangs over Sir Lewis Hamilton if we don't stand by the vow. Bow. It is. It is about the values, and you are exactly correct about that. It is about the values of what happened. Like, it's not. Let's not make it about the person. Let's make it about the event that took place that was totally incorrect, totally disrespectful. And what about any other driver that comes up? Is that something that we want to see happen to another person that worked so hard? Outside of that, had none of that happened, I rightfully would have. That would have been legitimately one of the best rivalries in Formula One history for that entire season going on for that stint, and they just dirtied it up at the end. I like Merck and the Williams. Oh, okay. So you're gonna take the Mercedes and the Williams. All right, that's kind of like under the same umbrella. Morning, family. Good morning, Paul. Gene Ferrari. Man, I absolutely love the Ferrari. Now, I was wanting to see if they were going to try to do something nice and bold, right? I wanted to see if they were going to do something bold with their livery, like not do the Ferrari red, which is hard not to do red when you're Ferrari. But they didn't, but they did something awesome, I thought, with the side pods. I thought the side pod development, the way those side pods come in, the gills, the vents that they incorporated, I thought that was really cool. Let's see, Aston Martin or Ferrari just off the looks, yes. And I thought when we were first going through these launches, right? Who, of course, had the best design launch, therefore. Haas gave us something digital, which was bullshit. And then Aston comes out with that lovely green. Then they come out with the vents. You know, I think that was the first car we saw that actually had the vents in the side pod. Then they had the other Aston Martins around it. And, you know, you can't ever, like, Vettel's personality is just awesome. I love Vettel's personality. Let me see. Bottas opened the door for Max all season. Hell yeah, he opened that door. He left the back door open all damn night and all damn day. If you can get in here, Max, and get in this hen house, I'm going to let you in. And that's exactly what Bottas did. So Bottas knew he was through when Russell, very good point, Gene. When we saw Lewis was out, believe COVID protocol, Russell comes up from Williams, steps in. We saw there and then that Russell's talent, I think you could even see it when he was at Williams, because let's not fool ourselves. Williams and Haas run at the back of the pack, although not all the time, last, changing in and out of those cars. Of course, most of the time they're running in the back of the pack. But there were times when Russell, we saw that potential in Russell. And when he had an opportunity to come up to Mercedes and definitely get with a better team, better engineers, better car, we got to see his talent really shine. And he outshined Bottas, which told us right there and then, like, Bottas needs to go. So let's see. You're going to take the Mercedes. Okay, I will have Haas drop my... I did a video on that, right? It would be cool for Haas to have an American driver, like in one of those two seats, not as a reserve driver. I don't think they're going to drop Mazepin, honestly. I don't think they're going to do that, especially right now. I think they got too many changes, but you never know. Does it come a time where Haas is going to be in this season? Because I also did a video that says, will the bottom cars become top 10 competitors this season due to new regs and a new car? And that's possible, because you got to think, new cars don't necessarily mean the driver's talent can compensate for that change, right? Some drivers may be more talented than others, although in less superior vehicles, correct? So there's a possibility we see Haas, Williams climb up out of that dirt and maybe into the grass, maybe. So with that being said, they already have a lot of changes. I don't know if they're going to change drivers like that. Bottas' defense in Russia was laughable. Yeah, it was hella laughable. It was a comedy show. But as for me, if which car I'm taking, I'm not going to lie. Based off looks, I'm going to have to go to Ferrari. Like, that side pod design really wowed me. And speaking of side pod designs, now let's make sure we go back in here. We don't want to lose any updates. If you know, right now we are 12 minutes past the hour. Still may be a little early for them. They still may be waking up in the garages. Let's take another look at something else, and you all tell me what you think about this. All right, we're gonna take a look at something else. So we're gonna close that out. All right, we're gonna go ahead and I love that Vettel is still here. I think his personality is going to be great. What do you think about the team matchup? What do you think about Saints this season? What do you think Saints is going to do? What do you think Leclerc is going to do? That is something else that I would also like to see what they are actually going to be doing. Let's see what GP has for us as of late. Mazepin is just not on the level. He's not on the level. I want to say that Schumacher actually he was like top 10 for wrecks or crashes last season. Lewis did stand up for Bottas, and you got to understand, Lewis does a good job at trying to have integrity throughout this season, no matter if he's up or if he's down. So that's something that we've all seen and experienced. We haven't seen anything from these guys yet, so they haven't given us anything. Let's see what we got here. Let's go to some more information on F1 News. Let's check that out. Morning, I would love to drive the Mercedes and the Ferrari. You only get to pick one. You only get to pick one. I think Haas team is done because of their war. They will lose their sponsorship. Yo, Hassan, you're really bringing in something like developments right now over there in that country, in Mazepin's area. I think honestly, from his area, is not great. You know, there's a very big situation going on there. How it will affect him, his family, the team, and all that other good stuff. Even though Haas has a section in the U.S. and I believe North or South Carolina, I think it's North Carolina, we haven't seen anything from them yet. So let's cover this while we're going into it. I want to get you all opinion. What are your opinions on this? What did you think about that? Do you notice a difference between the top and the bottom image? You think Ferrari is coming to claim the crown? Low key, you think Ferrari is coming to claim the crown? Don't forget to subscribe and like while you're in here. Ken MLB, don't forget to put where you all are checking in from. Like, where are you coming from? It is good. We've had Africa, we've had Spain. We've had a lot of people checking in the West Coast, the East Coast of the U.S. Where are you checking in from? Ferrari has good pairing, best right behind Lewis and George. You know who else I think has a good pairing? I think Lando and Ricardo are a good pairing. I think that's a good pairing. I think they still have some growing together to do, but I think that also is a good pairing. I think, honestly, let's not kid ourselves. Red Bull with Verstappen and Perez is a good pairing. Now I want to see if what's going to develop with Perez, at Red Bull. Is some very funny things happened last season with the whole retiring his car in the final World Championship race out of the blue, whether it was a fuel situation, and even if that is the case, do they retire the car to keep from being penalized? So I think that was some really fun. Mazepin area instead of saying the country's name. Yeah. Because, hey, did you see Mazepin has a flag, right? It's kind of like undeclared. Like, there's no flag. It's undeclared, right? North Carolina, yep, that is where they are out of. I agree. That Mercedes engine is supposed to be a rocket. Like, outside of the spicy engine they had last season, yeah. I mean, last season, the last 4 or 5 races, right? What are we talking about? Gapping. They were gapping Red Bull considerably to the point they conceded a lot. So we want to see if Mercedes is going to expound up on that. Merc is the car for 2022. I think I'm going to go ahead and say Mercedes, Ferrari, and who would be my third choice? McLaren. Mercedes, Ferrari, McLaren. It would be nice to see if Aston throws a competitive wrench in there as well. England, what's up? Darlington, England, what's up? Vents, no vents. Now, actually, there are some vents. All right, if you come down into Hamilton's, you'll see they move the vent section up onto the further up toward the cockpit on the side pod there, right there above Petronas. But in Russell's car, no vents up there on Petronas and more forward back on that side pod area right there. So that's where the difference is on the side pods. And that is that is a very big difference telling us anything they're trying to work out with cooling, aerodynamics, but they're definitely making some changes there. And that's what I do like about this situation. They're also on different compound tires, but the biggest thing is what's happening right there in the side pod area with the vents moved up, decreased number of vents further up on Hamilton's car with more increased number of vents and in a different location right there on Russell's car. South Africa, Merck had a very good engine last few races. Yes, they did. Continue with the engine freeze. Red Bull has the nervous rate. Okay, yeah, that's true. Christian Horny, you know it. You know it. Christian Horny. Good morning, Wolf at chat. What's going on? Duchess Island, what's happening? Mimi from London, good morning. Variables with the side pods make this season exciting. Yes, like everything right now, as far as what we're seeing in testing, is making this season pretty damn exciting. Let's see what we got. Let's see if we have anything developing right now. Spain, there is nothing. See, let's see, highlights and analysts. They're still not opening up anything right now. They were 17 minutes past the hour. So who is driving in day 3? Like, what do you think right now? Teams, let's see what we got from the F1. Let's see what we got from F1 site. Let's bring this off of here real quick. Go to the Formula One website, right? Let's go up in here. Let's see what they got for us. That was George Russell talking about some faster teams that were going on. Let's see what they got for us today. Ferrari, man, that was crazy. I mean, I thought that they had hydraulics like going on that thing. Literally, engine power won't matter as much if the aerodynamics are off. Yeah, you're totally right, Ken. Engine power doesn't matter as much if the dynamics are off, but power always matters. To me, power always matters. I know I'm American, so I'm always going to say more power, but power always matters. All right. Here we go, live blog from F1. It would be cool as shit if Alfa Romeo keeps that scheme. It would be cool as hell. I never understood the argument that engine is all that matters. You know what? It's not. Engine is not all that matters. You're totally correct, but it does matter. I love that camouflage scheme. Let's see right here, 917. There is just one rookie in the field this year, and that is true. He's a true rookie. He had to wait until yesterday afternoon to make his bow, but performed well, no obvious errors, and 71 laps to his name was a good return. He is back in the car this morning, but has only completed a couple of installation laps. All right, so we got a couple of installation laps going on from Alfa Romeo. There he is right there in the car via their Twitter. So right now, that's what we got as of 9:17. We have Alfa Romeo taking onto the track. So that is cool. Let's see what they also have going on from their Twitter as of right now. And let's check that out, see if they have any more developments on that. We'll leave that page for right now. And we'll come back to some more things. I want to ask you all some more questions. Right, but let's see. Brit living in the Philippines, love your brutal. Hey, Richard, I appreciate that, bro. Big time. I appreciate everybody that supports the channel, that supports. I know my personality and character may be brash or rash at sometimes, but I'm just being real, and I don't want to change myself. You know, one thing I can say, if you accept me for who I am, then I do appreciate it. If you can't, I appreciate your honesty that it just doesn't work for you. Merc side pod is much more smarter. Yep, I do believe that. Everything matters, everything, including the driver talent. Yo. Thank you for saying that. Darkwater, thank you for saying that, because recently we had Pierre Gasly and I did a video. He comes out and basically says the car doesn't matter. It's all the driver doesn't matter. It's all about the car, while taking a shot at Lewis Hamilton, which is something I don't think Pierre Gasly has he doesn't have the clout to do that, right? Like that's definitely not something that's in your area to do. We definitely see that even when drivers change, and if you go back and watch that video, I show you that the drivers do matter, right? Drivers matter all the time, because if you follow them up, whether they're doing the best or not, if the car changes, we still see a difference in what the driver can do with the equipment that he has. So the driver definitely matters at all times. So I don't know why some people want to try to get into saying that the driver doesn't matter and it's all about the car. Sandy, I appreciate you, but you also make me laugh. Man, you know, we got to have a laugh, right? Like, we can't be serious all the time, and we can have a laugh even while being serious. I do believe in that. Oh, let's check something else out. I want to ask you all something else. So I did ask people earlier, and I got some answers. I want to see, what car are you driving if you get the option? If you get the choice, what car are you going to drive? Watching from Angola. Yes, I forgot Angola. Big shout out to you. Big shout out to you. Definitely. What car? Borderline back Gasly should be quiet. Gasly should be quiet. Like Gasly probably legitimately might be on his way out of the F1 like circuit period. You got to think he was AlphaTauri, got upgraded, got promoted, Red Bull only for a stint. I want to say of 5 races or so, maybe 6, and then he got demoted again. So where does he go next, right? He might end up Williams or Haas, and then after that, you're out the back door. And that same thing kind of coming up with Albon. Albon had his chance with Red Bull, although I think his character is in check. His mentality for the track to be competitive and be aggressive at times when it needs to be was not there. There were times where he wouldn't put his nose in, and Max can do that at a fault, right? He could do that at a fault, but Albon just was not doing that at all. And now he falls back, became reserve driver, then he falls back. Now he's with Williams. I think if Albon does not compete at this point, he's going to be out of there. I don't think there's anything else that somebody's going to do. He's going to fall back to Formula 2, or maybe he goes Indy. You know, right now, big shout out to Grosjean. He's Indy. You know, he had a very bad situation and in Formula 1 that could have cost him his life. Let's just be real. When he hit that wall and that car burst into flames, and for the amount of time that Jean was in there, I was concerned that he wasn't coming out. But to see that man come out of those flames, it brought my heart a satisfaction, and very great to see that a family did not lose a father. A wife did not lose a husband, and we as Formula One fans did not lose a driver in such a catastrophic way. But he is now driving in Indy. He is competing. He's doing well. I need to do a little bit more checkup on him. I would like to try to get him on the podcast show if I could. I reached out to him, so hopefully that happens. Trinidad and Tobago. Hey, big shout out to Trinidad. Gasly, big shout out, man. I appreciate you all checking in. Adrian, I see you. That Ferrari winning this year. You think Ferrari's Pierre who? Thank you, Mimi. Yes. You think Ferrari's going to take it this year? Like you're serious about that? You really think Ferrari's going to take it? Yo, man, that would be crazy. That's not like that I don't think it's possible, but Ferrari taking it this year would be like, that would be stupid crazy for them to have that bounce back, and hopefully they don't have anything. So right now, 9:22, there's a slight chance. I told you this morning when we went over the weather, when I first came on, I told you that we're 58, partly cloudy. There's a slight chance of drizzle this morning. From 11 a.m. onward, all that might do is help out the water guns. Okay, so they are going to be still flooding the track. That will be drenching the track over the lunch break ahead of the wet weather session this afternoon. So we are on track to still have that wet weather session. So that's cool. I think that's always like an interesting part to like see them put on the intros and in the wets and let them take the cars out there. And it's going to be interesting to see how these changes will affect or take effect in those conditions. Albon's still close to Red Bull for comfort. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. I mean, Gasly wants his seat back. That's why he's out here saying ridiculous ass things. He wants his seat back, but is he going to get it back? No, I don't think he's going to get it back at all. I honestly don't think he's going to get it back. I think he should chill on some of that. But, you got to keep trying. If you don't, nothing be the try but a failure. What else have we got in here? Let's see. I'm a little bit disappointed on Gasly by saying that doesn't look smart. And no, it doesn't look smart on him. You're right. I think that was a foolish thing for him to say. I think him saying that, definitely showed. Let's see what we got right here. Definitely showed he's desperate. Aero rakes. Look at that right there. Picture of the aero. So back with the aero rakes. I'm loving that. Now, if you notice that side pod design when it comes to AlphaTauri, I like that side pod design, a little slender down underneath, exposing more of that rear tire. To me, I like that. We'll see what they bring in as they are evidently hitting the track right there as well. Let's see. Your character, Brash, no way, you keep it up. Yo, Mimi, I appreciate that big time. Can you imagine Max and Lewis running for the same team? Yo, like, we saw people toying with that whole concept, like, in the offseason on YouTube. I never toyed with it because I knew, like, that shit ain't going to happen. But I said prior to the whole scandal thing, if Max and Lewis were on the same team, would you quite possibly see a situation like Bottas? Like, really? Have we yet to see Max and another teammate really kind of, like, compensate for each other? If you can, let me know a time where you saw Max defend for Perez last season, if he was ever in that situation. I don't think it's going to happen. Like, I think this season, with Perez having more time in the car, off season with the car, I think this season is an opportunity where we're going to really see Does Red Bull legitimately give both drivers the opportunity to compete, or is it all about putting Max at the forefront and then the other one play second fiddle? Because I don't think Perez is going to play that second fiddle shit much, right? I don't think he's really going to stand for that shit. You know, Albon, Gasly, those type of guys, they can kind of go for that backseat shit. I'm okay with just staying there, but I don't think Perez is that type of dude. I don't think Perez says, yeah, you put my ass in the back and I'm happy there. Perez is going to want to compete, and he put up a fucking awesome defense in the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. It will never happen. I don't think it will ever happen either. I don't think it will ever happen either. That would be a worse. Yeah, very good comparison right there. It would. You are correct in that. Let's see what we got here. Russell isn't hanging around here. He has clocked 11 laps already for Mercedes. While it wasn't a total sea change for him this season, having been part of the Mercedes family for many years and having driven the car in a test and in one race, there will still procedures and process to get used to. That and a big one, trying to match up to having Lewis Hamilton as a teammate. All right, so there we go, 9:24. Russell is out of there. He is on track. With that being said, let's go back and let's check out what Russell did yesterday, right? So day 2 results, Russell came in yesterday. He logged 66 laps coming in and number 4 for the best time. Still needs to break that 119. We're going to see what happens today. What do you all think about Russell joining the Mercedes team as far as a teammate? Like, I want to hear teammate. I'm kind of tired. I'm not tired of it. I think it's a little bit crazy that every time we're pitting, like, Lewis's running mate against him. Like, oh, yeah, is he going to be able to beat Lewis? They're driving for Mercedes. Yes, Russell needs to be competitive, right? He wants to prove that he also could be a number 1 driver in Formula 1 history. He wants to have that claim. But at that time, as teammates, you say, do I have pace? And if I don't have pace, then what does the team need? That's something that we did not see with Bottas, really, right? So we want to see if Mercedes has a good pairing with Lewis also conceding. If he doesn't have pace, what does Russell need? If Russell doesn't have pace, what does Ham need? And we want to see that interchange between each other. When you don't have that mix, it's toxic like it was with Hamilton and Bottas didn't do a good job. Hamilton did a very good job with not trying to out that, although I think one time in one interview, he got sick and tired of it and kind of lightweight put Bottas' ass out there like, yo, bro, you sucking right now. I want to see what Latifi and Albon, I want to see what Albon's going to do. I think this is his last opportunity to prove he's going to belong in Formula 1, because if he doesn't at this point in time, it's looking bad for him. So right now, as drivers, we got Russell up for the AM session. We have Verstappen up for AM session. We have Leclerc up for AM session. We have Norris up for AM session. We have Alonso up. We have Gasly up. We have Vettel up. Latifi, Gainu, and Mazepin is up. We were just talking about Mazepin. Somebody was wondering about Mazepin, if Haas was going to dump him. I don't think they're going to dump him. I would be very sad if they tried to hold Russell back. I would be too. I don't think Mercedes, but think about it. I don't think Mercedes is the type of team to do that, right? I definitely think Toto has a perspective and a good outlook for even Russell. You know, as he managed Russell, brought Russell up from Williams to take that seat when Lewis was out. Now Russell is with the team. He's been there since a kid. Him and Hamilton have known each other since he was a kid. I don't think they're going to hold him back. Get some of that good smoothie. What are you all drinking this morning? You got coffee, you got smoothies, we got water. What are y'all drinking? So, yeah, I don't think they're going to hold him back at all. I would be disappointed in Mercedes if they did something like that. That would be a horrible situation. He will push Lewis more. They will push each other more, honestly. I think a better, more conducive environment for Lewis is going to make him perform better. You know, nobody likes to be under a cloud with a bunch of murky and turmoil shit going on in your own team in your fucking garage, right? No. That'd be better. Russell has support from both his running mate, Lewis, and the team. So I think Russell's going to do great. I'm looking forward to seeing Russell do great. Even, let's say, even if he does better than Hamilton, I'm looking forward to seeing that. Like, he's a new up-and-coming talent. I want to see him rise above the ranks. He's coming off Williams. He's now with Mercedes. Russell, be great. Jealousy from driver and teams, hell yeah, it's crazy. They will be fair. Yeah, they'll be fair. I think that what time is it where you are? Where I am is 0300, 0330. All right. It's 3:30 in the morning. I got up 2 a.m. sharp to make sure I washed my face. I brushed my teeth. I made my smoothie. You know, I got up early because I want to hear what's going on. I want to keep up with you all. I want to keep up with you all. I want to be up with the early Formula One birds. That's what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm drinking tea. Oh, it's a British thing. It's a British thing. Yo, man, I love tea. Like, coming from the South, sweet tea is a big thing. But I like my tea untainted, like I like my coffee, straight black. I just like this, feel the character in which is in those grains. I want to see that. Oh, new picture right there, Lando Norris. Let's see what we got right here. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and bring this up on the screen. Let me shut the hell up. Let's see what we got here. Hopefully we got some engine noises. We want to hear some engine noises, right? Let's see what we got. Let's see if we get them pulling out. Woo, getting in there. Look at that. I love the peaks of carbon. Did you hear them? They're going. They're blasting. Oh, I love it. Right there. He's getting in. Look at that carbon fiber. I love to see carbon fiber, man. I love it. I have a carbon fiber piece I'm waiting to put on my car. Carbon fiber spoon mirrors that I have going on there. Lando is in, so he's about to hit the track. So what else we got going on here? Let's see. There will be some attacks between Lewis and Russell. It's part of the game. You're exactly right. It is part of that game. Like, that's going to go without being said. We should see that competitive spirit, but good competitive nature between the drivers, not something that's like, I'm trying to put you out of here. Hey, love, good morning. Good morning to you. Where are you checking in from? Time to check. Hey, Wells, what's going on, Wells? Copping in. I'm snacking on what? Bro, it's like 12, it's like 12 midnight where you are. You're snacking on candy? Yo, you got to do what you got to do to stay up. I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you. Up, new development coming out of Red Bull. Let's see what we got going right here coming out of Red Bull. Reading is not the best, but I will do my best. Half on an hour into the morning, and Verstappen has just gone top for Red Bull. He has lapped in 1 minute and 22 seconds, which we know for that track right now is not the highest. Leclerc coming in the 119 area. Still some way off the time from last couple of days, which I just said in the 119. I just said that without reading. Times really aren't the be all and the end of all of Barcelona here. Finding out how these new cars handle is far more important. So yes, finding out how these new cars handle is far more important. With them flooding the track today is going to be even more monumental and exciting to see how these cars handle. Let's see what we got. During the attacks, I can see Russell touching Lewis' car. But listen, if you go back on that video I posted, right, Fake Champs, Lewis said he invites that even if you see cars going wheel to wheel and even touching, he's all about that. But we don't want to see any bullshit. Let's see. Mercedes with the lineup that can attack is scary. Hell yeah. You're right about that. And I think Russell will do it. Like, only thing I don't care for about Russell is sometimes he could be a crybaby, like legitimately crying. Like, you know, just because something happens. Like, Russell, you got to tighten up, right? Got to put your chest up. Let's see. Russell came fast enough. I really hope the changes produce all close racing. I do too. That's right. This is all that what's supposed to be going on, right? All of these cars have been equipped with systems, with changes, with all the aerodynamics to improve the fact that they're supposed to be able to follow closer, right? That's what we want to see. More competitive environment, with the chase car being disturbed less by dirty air so that they can stay close. So that is exactly what we want to see across the board to bring more competitive and exciting driving. By the way, Drive to Survive launch date was March 11th. We'll see if that still stays on the board. I will be looking for that as well, and I will be doing content as well on that. Let's see. Russell at least has respect for Lewis. Definitely has respect for Lewis. He admires Lewis, but I don't want that admiration and that respect for Lewis to taint his driving. And sometimes that can be the case, right? You're finally in a team, like, for real. You're finally next to a driver that you idolize. Does that weigh in on the way that you compete? Now, I don't want that. I don't want that for Russell. I don't want Russell's admiration for Lewis to hold him back, and I also don't want Russell to be a dirty teammate. I want Russell to be Russell. If Russell has pace, I want him to bust ass. If he doesn't have pace, I want him to give team support. Same thing for Hamilton. If he has pace, we want him to bust ass. If he doesn't, I want him to give support to team. That's what I like to see. Yeah, they're all crybabies. Okay, I'll take that. Can't believe how good the Halos look. Oh, yeah. Hated them when they were introduced. Yeah, no, I did not. I never hated the Halo because of what it offers. And we saw what it offered with Grosjean, right? It's hard to hate something that's there that could legitimately save your life. It legitimately saved his life. If that Halo isn't there, he goes through that damn structure, that barrier. He's decapitated, hands down. He's out of there. It was already bad enough that the car was in half. Like, I can't hate something that saves your life. Even though I might not care how it looks, I'm not gonna hate that at all. Like, that saved that man's life. Let's see what we got. We got new developments for Alfa Romeo. Let's check this out real quick. Alonso has now replaced Verstappen. So right now we see Verstappen will not be taking the morning session at the top of the timing sheet. No, he has taken him at the top of the timing sheet. He set out yesterday like the Dutchman and has wasted no time in getting back up to speed, admitting he very much enjoyed going fast. Again, when he asked yesterday, the Spaniard wouldn't fully drawn on the new cars and how they felt. Listen, Alonso... Man, let me tell you what I feel about Alonso. I think with all the shit that took place with Alonso in his historic botched ass championship, I think he has lately become like a mimic. Like whatever Max says, that's what we'll do. Like when you watch the press conference, they ask him what did you feel about cars? What he said. Like, what do you feel about brushing your teeth? Max, what do you feel about brushing your teeth? You brush with Colgate or do you use what do you get? You got new toothpaste using charcoal in your toothpaste, Max? I use the same toothpaste Max uses. What do you think about the tires? Max, what do you think about the compounds? I like what Max says. Alonso's I think subliminally he's saying I've been in this situation where it was really fucked up and it's admittedly fucked. Like if you go and watch my video, Fake Champs, there's no hiding it. It legitimately was found. People were fired. People were banned. Alonso got a championship, was never stripped of it. Do I think he should have been stripped? Yeah, I think when your team puts the fix in, maybe. You know what I'm saying? So right now we're unclear about the whole Red Bull fix, but he's just funny how he gives that total support, here, Max, because I was there. Whatever you say, I'm going with it type shit. So I would like to see great racing in 2022, wheel to wheel, but not a repeat of another car climbing. I'm funny. Mimi, you funny. Yeah, I don't want to see a Red Bull on Hamilton's or anybody's neck again. Yeah, I'm pretty for not seeing that. Alonso was still so jealous after 15 years of Lewis. Hell yeah. You're damn right he is. Shit. I mean, most of the field is, if they're there after that time, except for, I don't think Vettel is. Vettel has that awesome personality, man. Oh, there we go. Got a nice shot of the Red Bull car coming in there. Let's see what they have to say real quick. There are a mix of tires on the show here in the early stages. Just a reminder that teams have all 5 slick compounds to play with. And then we'll be testing out the wet and interest compounds later today. That is going to be exciting. I'm going to be looking forward to seeing that. Guaranteed. All right. I'm going to be looking forward to seeing that. Let's see what I think F1 is doing an awesome job. Let's see what we got so far from some of our other sources real quick. Let's see what we got. Some of our other sources. Let's keep that going right there. I like the teams. Let's see what GP Live Update has for us. And right there, 10 seconds ago, very little, right? Very little. Formula One Twitter, let's check that out. Let's see what they got going. See what they got for us. Let's refresh this, see if we got any nice other additional pictures going up. Tweets right here. They're pinning that to the top, so let's scroll down here. Nope, we already saw that. So I think right now we're on one of the best sources right there, being right attached to that. So we'll stick with that source as developments seem to be coming pretty fluent through there. That Red Bull car looks good, looks the same. I like the Red Bull color scheme regardless. You know, I don't know which. I like Williams' color scheme looks nice too, although it reminds me of Valvoline. So I'm not mad at, not mad at that, but it does remind me of fucking Valvoline, which I don't use Valvoline oil. You know, I have Matul, and then I use, of course, Mobile One. So let's see, Crash Gate. Hell yeah, there was a Crash Gate. Alonso, he is a bitter and has always been when Lewis rattled him in 2007. Yeah, Alonso has that I hate on you face, right? Alonso's got that I'ma hate on your ass face. You can't trust Alonso. Like, I don't even want that motherfucker standing behind me, like, nowhere. Alonso, you don't stand behind me. Stand on the side of me, or you stand in front of me. I don't give a damn if I look at that Alonso ass. At least I know you're not stabbing me in my back. For real. Verstappen blamed that on Hamilton as well. Listen, I've never yet to see Verstappen take credit or take the blame for shit that he should. Like, and listen, Paul gets on my fucking nerves. For real. Paul Resta gets on my fucking nerves. Like, anytime he does his analyst, right? After the races, during the races, even though some shit is blatantly Max's fault, he always finds a way, like, not to say it's Max's fault. But I've seen him try to blame shit on Hamilton plenty of times. Like, Paul Resta gets on my nerves. Like, honestly, I like to backhand slap his ass. Like, for real. Just fucking baby powder on your ass. You get on my damn nerves. But let's check this out. So did anybody else not answer the question that we had earlier, right? Did anybody not answer this question? Which one of these cars are you driving? If you get one lap, right? One lap, one opportunity, what car are you going to pick to drive around the track? Alonso has only one proper championship. Yeah, you're right about that. You're right, Francis. He does. Also, it's just a long life. Yo, that's like a whole club, right? I'm pretty sure they got like club dues every year. The Lewis Hater Club. It's a damn shame. He beat Michael and then lost to Lewis. Alonso can't live with that. Shit, he gonna have to, because he damn sure ain't about to do nothing else. I don't think we're gonna see him on that. Yep, Paul D. Rested, you damn right. Also jealous of Lewis. Hell yeah, and it shows, man. Paul's a fucking buster. He's a buster. Yo, you know who else I want to see do good this season? I would honestly, I know Alonso drives for that team. I would like to see if Alpine's going to do something. I definitely want to see Lando. Listen, I think Lando crushed his, I think it crushed Lando, right? It crushed Lando, that last decision he made when it was raining, and he decided not to come in because he didn't want to give up track position. And I think he should have just came in. I think he was running pretty good, but he didn't, and it cost him greatly. And I never really saw Lando bounce back after that. I hope that doesn't happen this season, like, for real. I hope that doesn't happen again. Like, that shit was very horrible for Lando. Okay, 942, new post. Let's see what we got. I'm about to close down some of these. Let's see. Each session today lasts for 4 hours. And there may well be a fair few who finish slightly early in order for the cars to be set up differently for both their teammates. Yep, we should see that. And also in terms of changing the car's configuration ready to run in the wet. The engineers back, let's see what we got. Okay, so we got that coming up. The engineers back home will already be working at full throttle too, as they have enough data and can start tweaking the aerodynamics on their respective cars. So we talked about that earlier, right? It's going to be interesting to see what happens in Bahrain when they finish up these testing sessions, because they've got so much more data on, the error rates, everything they've been going through, moving vents, not having vents, taping up vents. It's going to be interesting to see the developments to the cars going into Bahrain, if we can, and see how these track times do in comparison to last season's test to this season's test, or the season before last test. So we're going to be interested to see that. Let's see. Mercedes, the silver is so classy. Yeah, it is classy. And honestly, I wish they would have went with something a bit more bold. I think there were some other design options they could have did there to really say, we ain't fucking around. We come. And I like that. I like that Racing Point BWT is coming out and they're going to do the all pink for the first 2 races. I love it. I love the all pink car. Like, no bullshit. I think this shit stands out. I like the way it looks. I like their new livery, but I like the all pink. Like, so the fact that they're gonna bring it out for 2 races, I'm loving that shit. Like, call me whatever the fuck you want to call me. I'm not calling it salmon. It's not salmon. The shit's pink, and I like it. Getting blue flag his whole career. Paul D. Resta getting blue flagged his whole career. Yeah. You cannot say Alonso, one of the best. Lewis always gives him credit. Even Alonso will sometimes give Lewis his due. Yeah. But recently he hasn't been doing great at that. D. Resta has a history of Lewis, with Lewis's father. Anthony managed him for a while, ended badly, I think. Yeah. Maybe, yeah, you're right. That could be, bad. I don't know if it was bad management or not, but if something doesn't work out that way and you already hate a driver because he's so much greater than you, and then you add the management shit in there, yeah, you're probably right. Like, he's gonna be salty. Yes, but Lando is a bit Yeah, I like Lando though. He might have a bit of a hater in, but I did see Lando and Lewis. They came together doing that decision. Like, Lewis is always good at giving like support around period for people. I think last season Max and Red Bull rubbed him too wrong where he couldn't like get over that, and just like you could see it was kind of like, yo man, fuck this shit. I like to drive. Okay, you drive the Mercedes. At first, I don't really like the new color of the W13, but now, yeah, it grows on you. You're right. Alonso hates Lewis. Hell yeah, he is jealous of him. You're damn right, Marco. Ain't like same of the other champions. Lewis hasn't had a questionable title. That's true. That is true. All of them are pretty damn sound. Shit, still thinking Mercedes half silver, half black. Yo, they should have brought back the black for real. Passenger 57 always bet on black, right? But if you haven't seen that movie, it's probably a hard reference. Session has been stopped. We have a red flag for the session right there. Session has been stopped. Let's see if let's see if they gave us any development to why it's been red flagged. Let me go up and make sure that I'm not missing anything up top. So we don't see why it's been red flagged, but the session has been red flagged. So the session is at a stop. So with that being said, let's go ahead and look at some of these day 2 results right now while that session is stopped. Let's go back and move the driver profiles underneath that shit right there. Driver profile. Yep. So yeah, the session's been stopped. I would like to know why it's been stopped, honestly, so we can see what's going on there. We know yesterday we had a few red flags as well. Facts. Mercedes should also run black for a few. Yeah, they should. Honestly, they should run black for a few sessions. I don't know why the hell they wouldn't. There goes some of the times from yesterday. Closing out, Leclerc had the best time. Retro and classy. Yeah, I do agree. It is retro. It is classy. I'm not saying I don't like it. I just think they had an opportunity to do a little bit more like oomph in that, and they didn't. So I totally do agree with that. I want to thank you all for checking in all over the world. We got people on the West Coast eating candy. We got people checking in. They having tea. It's a British thing. So I want to thank you all for checking in. I really do appreciate that. We're going to have more content later today, although it's going to be on my project I have going on my car. Like Wesley Snipes in the house with the tax situation. We back. Yeah, you damn right. Always been on black. Passenger 57. Yeah, so tell Wesley to check in on the chat. We'll ask him some things, you know what I'm saying? See what he think about this Formula 1 shit. Yeah, man, I'm loving it. I'm loving the test sessions. I'm loving that we're having these test sessions. I'm loving that the new development of cars and rigs. I'm really excited to see the first race, just to see how the cars perform in like a real scenario situation. Like, will all the things that they hoped come to fruition with the DRS, with drag, with all of that shit, with downforce, with the new tire and wheel size, because some of the drivers are concerned that they're going to have visual issues as far as not being able to see like they saw with the last edition of the car. So let's see what we got here. And it is for Alonso. We were just talking about this motherfucker. Smoke is billowing from the car, which is a good thing, right? Hey, let me ask you all this. What power plant is Alpine running? Somebody answer that question. What power plant is Alpine running? The Alpha Jackets are fucking tight. Vettel's reaction in denying going to race in Russia. I mean, shit, I'm not gonna be mad about that man concerned about his safety. Like it's probably about to be a full blown ass war going on there. So hell no. I mean, you gotta. I can't. I mean, just look, if you didn't fault people for not maybe showing up or wearing masks for COVID, you can't fault Vettel if he don't want to go into a war zone. We gotta wait a month for the race. I know, man. But it doesn't suck. We got some things going in between that month. We got the testing. We got Drive to Survive coming. Although that's gonna be bittersweet for some of us who have some integrity, who don't care about how the season ended. I think it's gonna be some very good things that happened before that we want to see behind the scenes, what took place. Attitudes, flaring, team, all that little bullshit, gossip shit. So yeah, the Renault engine, thank you. Renault is famous for being the 4th of July smoke bomb, right? Think about all the smoke bombs that they put out. Like that Renault power plant, gotta love it. It give you that smoke, but not in a good way. They want all the smoke, but not in a good way. Yeah. Power unit, yes. I like to say power plant. I know. Listen, there are a couple of things that I say different that people don't like. I know it's a power unit. I know it's engine. I got you. But I like to say power plant. I'm sorry. But if you want me to say power unit because, it makes you feel better, like some people don't like me to say Verstappen because it's a running joke, I got you. Verstappen, I feel you. But yes, that is the deal. The Renault power unit is a smoke bomb. How about that? Yeah. I am on the East Coast as well. You damn right. It's 3:51 and we up, Donald. We up. We been up. Cranking and cheating. Damn. And yeah, he put hell yeah. You ain't lying. The last video I put out, right? Fake champions. Renault put the fake in. Like they put it in. They told on. I mean, they had whistleblowers going on. People got banned and then they got unbanned. It was a fucking horrible situation. That was a horrible situation. That shit was disrespectful. Oh, let's see what we got here. Got a new development. Let's see what we got. I'm gonna stay on for a little bit longer, checking in. So everyone else has safely returned to the pit lane, which is ominously quiet at the moment. Alpine mechanics have headed out to find their man, or more specifically, their car. Yeah, I don't know if they're really looking for Alonso. Like, we could put another driver in here, it'd be just fine. They're about to have a busy time in identifying the issue and then fixing it. So we'll see if they'll be back for that morning session. Classic Renault fashion, right? When in doubt, smoke up the track. So hell yeah, that is very true. Cheating. Like I said, thank everybody for checking in. This is going to be interesting to see how East Coast Florida, man, the Sunshine State. What's the weather like down there in damn Florida? Shit. Let me get some of that Florida weather. For real. Christian Horny, Max Verstappen. You know that. Hey, you know it, Mimi. You know that's what I say. Christian Horny and Max Verstappen. In the one of the most funniest ones I saw was crash trapping. Like, listen, if there are some Max fans in here, listen, there's no harm intended. We just keeping it real. Like, stop the bullshit. Like, we know Max likes to force you to try to run you off the track or give up your position. Like, there's no harm in admitting that. This is the characteristic of the driver. Let's just be for real. Gee, same thing. But thank you, Adrian. Shit, thank you. But I understand. People all this. They want to discredit you because you power plant, power unit. Whatever. But I get it. I do get it. It's understandable. I don't. Ain't no thing. We'll keep. I try to. Keep it a little bit for everybody. I'm cool with it. Plus, it does help because sometimes I am fucking wrong. And if people step in and say, hey, this is what it is, I love it. Like, I have so many of you that hit me up on Instagram, that hit me up in the comment section, like offer information. That's what we are here for. Like, the best work is in the networking, right? We network together, we learn together, we grow together. I like it. Let's see if they have a new development. There are about 4 teams on the current grid that have history of cheating and got passes. Ooh, Camille getting serious with it. Like, he ain't letting up on this shit. That's why I don't see Verstappen as a talent. I think he is a talented driver though. Like, I mean, before all of this shit came, I understand he's aggressive and he does some bullshit. I think he's a talented driver. I'm gonna have to say he's a talented driver. He's not, with the current situations, he's definitely by far fell out of one of my favorite drivers, but still kind of is, I guess. But we'll see what happens to see. If he doesn't repeat this season, like, shit's going to get ugly for him. I like to call him as a new Max Fox. Kind of say hybrid Fox Stappen would say it also because he's a Fox championship. I like it. They protect each other. I'm thinking it's funny that American isn't as into F1 and there are two races here now. I know, right? But give it some time to grow. Like, I get a lot of fucking flack for being a Formula One, like, viewer. Like, people give me shit for being American but liking Formula One. Like, it's crazy. Like, I've been told to get the fuck out of Formula One, just watch NASCAR. I hate fucking NASCAR. Like, who the fuck just wants left-hand turns and beer? I fucking hate it. Like, why can't I like Formula One? Like, damn. Like, stop being like that. Don't be like, I deal with enough bullshit in my own country as far as the way I look. I don't want to have my fellow Formula One viewer fans cast me out because I'm a fucking American. Like, come on, give me a break, man. Shit. Let's see what we got. Alpine. This could be lengthy delay. Alpine is still smoking out there. I ain't fucking surprised. It's a Renault power unit. He's still talented. Yes, he is. Just a bit too aggressive at times. Exactly. He is talented. He is a bit aggressive, and he does it on purpose sometimes, and that's what I don't like about Max. Max wants to force you to either decide to wreck or give up position. And we saw toward the end of the season, Lewis said, fuck that. Even if he had to run off into the relief area, right? The escape area. He's like, fuck that. I'm not giving it up. So either we wrecking or what we doing. That's what Lewis is going to have to do at the beginning of the season, like straight up. He's going to have to be a little harder out there on the track and say, fuck that, you can't have this position when it calls for it. I don't want to see him out there wrecking up shit just to wreck up shit, but I am giving you shit. I think Max isn't a bad guy. He just had a tough upbringing. I think, like, can you... Okay, let's say this, right? Let's say you have an upbringing, right, around murderers and drug dealers, which I have been in my upbringing. I'm not out here murdering people, nor am I currently dealing drugs, right? I think at some point in time, you can't separate one from the other. You could say that there's a cause and effect. So there's a reason why Max can be a bad guy because of his upbringing. But if he displays those characteristics of a bad guy, if he walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, then I'm calling in a fucking duck, right? I'm not going to say that there's not some cause to what led to be. So that's my take on that. Alpine is still smoking. Hell yeah, they smoking out there. Max is Yo, that is a good ass fucking point. Max should join NASCAR. That's a good point. Max should join NASCAR. Don't forget, man, to subscribe, follow the channel, man, for real. Your boy out here we're trying to make this work, especially as the season goes in. Oh, I'm gonna be going ham, like for real. Like, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn on your notifications. We gonna be trying to roll all types of shit and content in this season. Like, I'm not even playing no games. Like, we really gonna be putting it in. Oh, 9:57. Let's see what they got to say. So what does this mean for Alpine? They managed 252 laps across the first 2 days of testing, so aren't short of laps. No, they are not. But given most of the teams will already be testing newer parts, this could prove very costly, especially if they can't get, yes, they're right. It's going to hold Alpine back some, Alonso. It's really not your fault. That Renault power unit sucks ass. Let's just be for real. It's garbage. Let's see. Max's dad is an abuse. Yep. I thought about doing a video on that, but I'm not the type of person that really likes to attack somebody based on the actions of somebody else. Now, if I see a report of Max being abusive to his girlfriend, which is funny who his girlfriend is, thank you all for that, I might do a video on that, that connection. But I don't want to dirty up Max because of something his dad did. But if Max takes part in those type of characteristics, then he put himself in the mud, and I'm gonna step on his ass like a jacket, for real. What are your thoughts on Russia and the Ukraine situation? Man, let's just be for real. Putin's been he's been wanting to do this. He's been wanting to do this. I think it's a horrible situation. And just like America was involved in being in Saudi and Desert Storm, for all the wrong reasons, right? countries have generational things going on, which I believe, like, if things can be stopped, especially if it's killing people, we should all want to do something about it. But this situation isn't good for anybody. I don't understand why people can't just have their own yard, cut their grass, and admire somebody else's grass from afar and say, hey, you know, we're neighbors. Let's act as neighbors. I don't need to take over your shit. You don't need to take over my shit. And we could all, but that's not the world we live in. So it's a very, I think I'm going to wait for some of the developments. I mean, we all know it's hitting the stock market hard, right? Shit's fucking tanking. I lost a lot of money. So he's a bit like Michael. Watch this race. Okay, we called him crash trapping for a reason. Hell yeah, we did, because that's exactly what the fuck he be doing. Early 2000, Max just copies for his pops and Mike. No shouts, but I like it. Max plus Latifi would do well. Yo, in the Destruction Derby. Oh shit. My man from Angola blowing shots. Yeah, we should see them in like a derby, right? We should. That the Demolition Derby would be awesome to see Max and Latifi in. Like, Latifi did a great job at crashing that car, like, you know, somebody else that we know of. Let's see. I think Max's dad just was extremely hard on his son because of his own F1 career. Yeah, that's cool, but it's still, like I said, you know, cause and effect. I still can't remove it if you have, you know, but he probably did. I mean, you think about, like, those dynamics, like, you know, LeBron James and his son, Shannon Sharp and his sons, they're taking a different approach, right? Versus other fathers and sons where they just feel like you need to do what I did and be better than I was. And then they put that insurmountable pressure on them at a young age, and it does mold and affect their character. It just does. So that's a true fact. I mean, just study. If you ever took psychology, it's a real damn thing. I wouldn't wish it on anybody, but it does happen out here, and that does suck. So it is what it is. So let's see. I think Max's dad, yeah, we went over that. Let's see if we're going to have a new development coming. You know, I'm going to stick in a bit more here. I do have to get my workout in. You know, I'm not going to miss that. I'm going to get that workout in. I will come back later this afternoon, this evening, maybe cover up some things. New videos be coming out. I will be back on again in the weekend as well. Honestly, Lewis is not yielding to Max this year. I don't think he is either. Honestly, I don't think Max is going to like what Lewis is more than likely going to be doing for him in any of these sessions. I don't think Lewis is going to be like, here you go, Max, like, this shit's a little rough. I don't want to rake the car go by. I think Lewis is being fucked over from last season. I think we're going to see some character traits in Lewis that we don't usually see all the time in a sad way. Like, we see him, his aggressiveness and his competitiveness in a mild manner. I think this season is going to be a little amplified. LeBron's son already has pressure. Hell yeah, he got pressure. Bronny got pressure. I mean, what did LeBron say recently, right? He wants to play a season with his son. That puts pressure on you, right? But not in like a whole negative way, but it's pressure. And pressure just bust pipes or make diamonds, right? So with LeBron James putting out there that I want to play a season with my son, like, and Bronny being, I think, ranked like 34 right now in the nation, which is not a great ranking to be a top draft pick, it puts pressure on him to, like, can I really make this happen for my dad type situation. So that's true. All right, so 10-02, let's see what we got right now. All right, the red flags are still out. This is turning into a relatively lengthy delay, but the telltale rumbles from the garages signal the team's things they won't have much longer to wait before the lights go green. All right, so that'll be cool. So let's see who takes out first on the track when they get that green light. Who's currently the best NBA player in the NBA? Ooh. I'm going to say Giannis. I think from the championship to now, Giannis is still competing at a high level. The Greek freak. Outside of Giannis, Morant's doing great. I think Durant, he been in and out the lineup too much. I'm not going to classify him as that, although the best talent and has proven his talent on the court, he's been in and out. So Morant and Giannis, I'll go those two. FI shouldn't have screwed loose over. No, hell no, they shouldn't have. Oh, we got a green light, people. We got the green light. TTG, train to go. Yeah. Giannis is a beast. Hell yeah. Hey, did you see what he did to Westbrook? You see when Westbrook thought he was about to get crazy? Giannis was like, hold on, little fella. Hold on, don't get crazy out here. I'll fuck you up. And then Westbrook was like, all right, dog, you got it. Fuck it. I'm finna go to the free throw line. But yeah, Giannis is a beast. We got the green light like the Bucks, like the Milwaukee Bucks. Yeah, I hate the way fucking got. I just hate the way he stays. Like I hate even saying his name, for real. You know what I'm talking about, man. The fucking guy that had Max kicked off the show on, first take. I hate that dude. Really gets on my nerves, man. Where he says Milwaukee, I hate it. Just why the fuck you got to say it like that? But Embiid is doing well too. Big shout out. All right, back underway in Barcelona. Let's see what they got to say. Let's read this report right here. Alonso's car has made it back to the pit lane, shrouded in black drapes as the team carefully supervised removing it from the low loader and getting it swiftly into the garage where immediately the screens go up. While they get to work, the other team started sending their chargers back out. Albon, the first to take the track for Williams. That might be the only time Albon is first, right? Taking the track right this moment. Might be the only time he's first in this entire 2022 year. So big shout out to Albon for being first. Congratulations. Yeah, we will not trying to miss the gym for nobody. Yeah, Adrian, man, you putting that work in too, bro. You got to, hey, listen, I don't know if any of y'all, I know we got a lot of people from all over the world. Anybody watch Street Outlaws? Because I like to watch all things racing. You know what I'm saying? You look at all the drivers, fat as fuck. Like out of shape, like a motherfucker, right? It's crazy. Like you driving these cars at a high elite level. We're talking about 4,000, 5,000 horsepower, and you looking at and you're out of shape. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? You look at Formula One drivers. They're lean, they're slim. Some of them not really like lean, like muscle. They just lean and thin. But I mean, I guess it's the nature of the vehicle, right? You can't be big as fuck trying to fit in a Formula One car. Although you get in a fucking 1979 Pontiac or 69 Chevelle, a lot of space in there, a lot of space, a lot of room to grow. Stephen A got on my. I wasn't gonna say his name, man, but yeah, Stephen A got on my fucking nerves with that shit, man. I really felt like Stephen A. He full of shit. Max, I don't like what he did. I think he has something to do with Max getting kicked off the show. I think Keyshawn Johnson tell to that in one of the episodes. Max is a good dude. Although I'm going to say everybody's opinions are always in the right place. Neither are mine. But yeah, Stephen A, man, he's full of shit. I don't even watch his show anymore. Yeah, Giannis is not getting the credit he should for real, honestly. But we're going to see. Let's see what we got here. New development. Well, Alonso remains top for now. That's not, that could last because we do have a wet session, so maybe that does last. Oh, my gosh. Damn it. Fuck. Red flag. I hope that this is not. I hope this is just like late for Twitter. But damn it. Let's see what we got. Right here says Alonso remains top for now. Quiet when he might get going again is a mystery. As it is, Albon looks like he's settling into the series of time lapse. While Norris, Verstappen, Leclerc are also out there circulating. All right, so we got races on the track. They out there getting it. I think that red flag shit was a little. Oh shit, I don't know. They just posted that shit, so I'm hoping that we do not have another red flag from Alpine. I think that is a late post via the Twitter. Honestly, I think Max's problem is not going to be Lewis. You spelled Lewis's name wrong. It's going to be, I'm fucking with you, but you did. It's going, but I said power plant earlier and somebody's wanting me to say power unit. Leclerc does not really like Max, and no, he doesn't. They even had listen, when Leclerc and Max had their incident, did Christian haul off and try to get Leclerc suspended for the entire fucking season? No. This fucking gets on my nerves, man. That dude Christian's the fucking piece of shit. I'll tell you that. If anybody in here likes him, I'm not apologizing for saying that. Although we can discuss opinions. Just fucking saying. Just saying. I'm just telling you. I appreciate you all. See what we got. Hopefully we get a new development on this coming up. Let's see if we're gonna have anything in regards to, like, right now we got people on the track. Hopefully we do not have another red flag. I did hear rumors though. I forgot where the Alpine were having engine development issues. Yeah, ain't no rumor. They having development issues. You got a Renault power unit. You gonna have issues. We saw multiple cars that were running Renault, including Renault, and they fucking smoke bombs. Alonso said he didn't think Massey made a mistake. Of course, Alonso said that, right? Alonso said that because if he says that, then he also go back and look at Alonso's interview. Somebody directly asked him, about the race being manipulated where he won his championship. Alonso ain't gonna say that shit. This is Max's hand. This is Alonso's ass, and it's like this. Yes, whatever Max says, it's like he's a puppeteer. Max is a puppeteer now. Hope McLaren becomes one of the top dogs. Yo, I do too. Like, no bullshit. I hope McLaren does become one of the top dogs, like, for real. I also like their livery, like, I do. I hope McLaren becomes one of the top dogs, like, no bullshit. I do. I want to see what this Alfa Romeo is going to look like. I will be doing the reveal reactions this weekend for that as well. I also like Ricardo. He's a good dude. I like him. Although, everybody, I think I like him, period. Everybody doesn't always say the right thing. I don't always say the right thing. So I hope that you don't just write me off because one day I have a day where I don't say something you agree with. So don't just write me off. Give me a chance. Give your guy a chance. Oh, let's see what we got here. This obviously is a bit of a hit for Alpine. I don't think we'll be seeing them back. Ooh, so he doesn't think they're going to be coming back out. They have had impressive mileage. It looked this morning like they were taking the shackles off slightly. Ooh. It just rubs me the wrong way to say shackles. Fernando only managed 12 laps before identifying a problem. A very tricky test for them so far. Yeah, it just certain words just rub me the wrong way. The N word, I fucking hate it. Shackles, ooh, you know what I'm saying? It's just ooh, it just sends chills. Oh, I don't like it. So yeah, Alonso and Verstappen in the same. Although I don't want Max to be put into Alpine with a Renault. Well, actually, I don't know. It might be fitting, right? The team that fixes races have two drivers that have been results of races being fixed. I like that. You know what I'm saying? But I want to, I'm not saying I don't want to see Max be great. I just think last season doesn't make him great. He has to repeat. Max doesn't repeat this season, ain't looking so hot. I like Danny. He's good. Yeah, Danny is good. I like his character. I like his personality. I like the way he interacts with fans. I like the way he virtually interacted with people when we're going through this whole COVID shit and they were coming back. He actually spent time in front of the screens. Daniel's a good dude. I would like to meet him, you know what I'm saying, face to face and see if his character translate like in person. So I'm already looking at trying to make reservations to go to the race in Texas, the Miami one. I know that shit's going to be crazy. I might try to get to that one as well. Really, I've been trying to get to Monaco. My schedule is crazy. Like, I have clients, right? So, like, my clients come first. So, my schedule, and I'm also in the midst of rebuilding a car. So, that also comes second. Well, actually, like, God, higher powers, my family, and then all the other shit I like. But you know what I'm saying. Like, I got other responsibilities. Let's see what Red Bull has to say right now. Right here, Red Bull. Let's see what you got. Wait a minute. Does Alonso drive for fucking Red Bull? What the fuck? Alonso stay at the top, didn't last too long once the lights went green. Verstappen has now replaced him as the Dutchman drops into the 120s. Oh, on medium compound. That's enough of that. He pulls back into the pits for some time being. Okay, Verstappen, I hear you. Let's see if you break into that 119. Today's going to be a little rough to break that 119 if you don't break it before the wet session. So we'll see what happens with that. So that's going to be interesting to see. Like, that's my workout alarm. Like, I get up, work out. You know what I'm saying? Miami is, I know. My wife looked, Miami is sold out. I still thought about driving down there to get some of the residual, do some, podcasts and shit, but I'm not sure. I might not. I tried to look on the Texas. Last time I looked on the site, Texas wasn't open yet for ticket purchases, so I wouldn't be surprised if that also sold out. That's like a big one when it comes to, like, the stars come out. Deep in the heart of Texas. Miami is so, let's see, nobody talked about Schumacher when he was winning his 7 championships, but they want to talk. Hell yeah, listen. Exelstone, that motherfucking asshole. Like, even Schumacher said records are made to be broken. And I do like what what Schumacher did, the son, junior. I call him a junior, but I like what he did by presenting Lewis Hamilton with that helmet. That was some really G stand-up shit, like for real. If Russia gets replaced, which venue would everyone like to see? Good question, Transporter. Reminds me of that movie. What venue would you all like to see if Russia gets canceled? Because it's likely it could. With these certain developments, like hell, it might not even be a fucking track there by the time all this shit's over, which would be very sad. Max can really drive, but I wish he started in a lower tier team first. I don't like to wish that on people, right? I don't like to wish that people start lower than they are. It's just not in my personality or my character. Like, I like to see people be great, so I would not wish that on Max. I like that he got his opportunity. When the opportunity presented itself, he was there to take it. So that's what I'll say about that. 10:15, as Russell comes in, Norris goes out. The teams will really want to make the most of the running and the dry this morning. Hell yeah. Speaking of that, we had a little drizzle earlier, though, so it's probably dried up off of the track. The idea for this afternoon is that the track is wet enough for the full blue rim tires before it dries enough to run intermediates. By the end of the afternoon session, it could even be back to slicks. Yeah, we love some slicks. Put that shit down. Put it down. They cannot stand a black driver holding the record. I do believe that's true in a lot of people's minds. In different facets of the world, seeing black people at the top of any sport has always, if you look at it, like even in football, think about it. Over 70% of United States football are players, right? But then look at the coaches. And then as you go up to owners that even doing those. All right, so it's crazy that dynamic still exists. I just let's just let people be great. Don't worry about this. Don't worry about this or like this. Worry about like this and this. Like, where is your personality? Like, when I meet you, are you an asshole? If you an asshole, I don't like you. I don't give a fuck about you. Like, I'm gonna drop a bombshell on y'all motherfucking ass soon, right? I'm gonna show you a picture of me and my dad. It's gonna fuck y'all up. I've been holding it and waiting till somebody really, really attacks me. But I'm gonna show y'all a picture. Like, I'm gonna drop a picture one day of me and my dad, and some people gonna be like, "Oh shit, I look like an asshole." Yeah, you sure do. Look at this. Hands on hips. Alonso didn't look too impressed with that one. Look at all that smoke. Alonso wanted the smoke. Oh shit, he got it. He got the smoke. Oh, hell yeah, I'm looking forward to Singapore and the Texas GP. You damn right. Do you think Lewis is sandbagging? I do think Lewis is sandbagging. I said that earlier. I think Lewis is sandbagging. No bullshit. I think he's sandbagging. I'm not gonna hold him if he is. I think it's a reason why he is sandbagging. So, listen, I think if you sandbag, you still better come out them fucking gates with that fire in that first race. You can't, if you sandbagging, you better have all your shit lined up for the first race, and you better make podium. Because if you sandbagging now without going full blast out, trying to make sure everything's correct, and then you come up short, all right, hey, I'm gonna have to give you some. I had to give you some, Ham. I got to. Keeping it real. He is back to GP2 engine. Damn, y'all harsh. Oh, y'all harsh. Max should have done more. Lord, I get you. But, think about it. He's competing like a motherfucker, like, for real. I feel what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. But Max, it ain't like Max got in here and he's a slouch, because he's not a slouch. So, yeah. So, listen. Alonso, you and your love for Renault, or is that the only team that would really, hire you? I wonder if that's the case. Nobody wanted you. Nobody wants to be part of that crash gate. Tom Brady overcame it, though. He undercame Spygate. Tom Brady came out. Shit, he got the motherfucking rings, went to a different team. And I'm going to tell y'all something else. The debate between Jordan and LeBron, right? Jordan being the GOAT, LeBron being the GOAT. I think it's hard. Nobody, mentions Kobe in the GOAT conversation. Rest in peace. It's hard to be better than the man that you're trying to be. When you're trying to be Jordan, you can't be better than Jordan. So he's not even in the conversation. But LeBron is the GOAT. Jordan never won a championship until he got a team around him. Let's not forget those years. People like to forget the years Jordan wasn't doing shit. He was getting his ass bounced, right? Until he got a solid team. Nobody does anything without a team. But shit, how fucking hard is it to make it to 10 finals, right? I know the man only won 4. LeBron only won 4, but he went. It's hard to get there, and he went consecutively years, right? On top of that, he's proven that if he goes to different teams and different locales, championships follow. Jordan never did that. When Jordan came back to the league, right, with the Wizards, he was ass in so many words. So, yes, I think LeBron is the GOAT. 10-19, let's see what we got. Verstappen, Norris have the track to themselves. Ooh. Well, we're not going to see any, battling, right? The McLaren man is back in the pits. That does leave the Dutchman out there with plenty of fresh air to run in. And with 23 laps already on board, he is clocking up the mileage this morning. Cool. That's cool. So, all right. So that's what we got. So, listen. Maxi pad crash strapping. I like it. We about the real shit. Hey, kids crash strapping. Let's keep it real. They played defense back in the 80s and 90s. They don't play defense now. No, they don't, man. It's just almost like the league. But the league, NFL, is holding and handcuffing the defensive players with all these rules. Don't hit there. And if you hit too hard, even if it's a legal hit, I'm throwing the flag. Things have went for a marketing reason to bring the points up so we can get more fans to watch the game. And that shit sucks. You can't really hand check anymore. You can't tackle anymore. Sucks ass. Sucks ass. What's up? You know that. WPP, Wolfpack Performance in the house. So listen, with that being said, let's see what all is going to happen today. It's going to be interesting to see. I want to thank everybody for sticking with me. I love the fact that we in the chats. We up early this morning. This is day 3 test in the morning session before they do the wet session. That's going to be interesting to see how that unfolds. I do need to get my workout in. So with that being said, thanks for joining me this morning. Stick with me. I have content dropping later today and this weekend. Let's see what happens after wets. I may be back later on with some results of day 3 in Barcelona. Then we go to Bahrain, and I'll be doing something on that. So you know what I always say, just